Hey, you guys, I hope everyone is well. Welcome to my channel. You are at Divination with D. And if you are new here, definitely welcome. If you are returning, thank you so very much for coming back. And we are going to do, or I'm going to do a reading for you guys today, which I am trying to do at the beginning of each week. A read that is a message from your ancestors. Let me remove this. What ancestor may be helping and assisting you for the week? So far, since I've been doing this, the one ancestor that continues to show up for the collective is Bishop Mason, the Hierophant. You have been having a spiritual guide, a spiritual ancestor guide you. So we are going to see for this week who is the ancestor that is guiding the collective. Who is the ancestor or ancestors guiding the collective? And I am receiving help and assistance from my one and only, my Lama Dama. I have anointed her with her beautiful self with her oil and her special rose smelling fragrance. And I've been asking for her assistance. Give me insight, wisdom, guidance, and vision to lead me with this reading. Okay. So we have two ancestors that are, and they are different. We have two ancestors now that are guiding you this week. And I will read them. We have Miss Robinson, and I believe that is dealing with the death card. It's either the death card or the devil. Don't quote me on that. And then we have Black Herman, and of course that's the magician. Okay, so let me just double check on this. I believe that she is the death card, but I want to double check because it could be the devil. I really do enjoy reading from the book and getting more insight on what it says. My lips feel so dry right now. It's the devil. I wasn't sure if it was the death card or the devil. Okay, so I'm going to read. All right. She is looked at as the devil. Okay. Miss Robinson is proudly displaying the funeral program of Reginald Patrick. So for her, it was, let me see. Miss Robinson was a hoodoo from Orangeburg, South Carolina. According to the people of her small town, she was a sweet, law-abiding woman, unless someone crossed her. So that's why she was considered the devil. One day after church, Miss Robinson saw a few parishioners gathering around a woman named Mrs. Patrick. As Miss Robinson walked by, Mrs. Patrick said loudly that she didn't believe root workers should be welcome in the church, and that it was a bunch of made up nonsense. Miss Robinson tried her best to ignore her until she noticed people staring and treating her differently. They were making up excuses for why she couldn't visit, and her clients started canceling appointments. It turned out that Mrs. Patrick was trying her best to destroy Miss Robinson's entire life, even though she hardly knew her. Y'all know how people like that are. So Miss Robinson finally approached Mrs. Patrick after church and told her to never speak ill about her again or she would be sorry. Mrs. Patrick laughed and elbowed her cronies and said that would never happen, so she might as well go ahead and root her vent. Don't ever give somebody permission. Don't ever give somebody permission to do some shit just because you simply are trying to save face or don't believe it, because when you say stuff like that, you literally are giving this person permission to have their way with you, and the spirits will have a field day on your ass. Okay? So, let me see. Miss Robinson told her that she was made for root working, and that if she couldn't have what she loved the most, then neither could she. Mrs. Patrick howled with laughter and walked away with the other ladies, leaving Miss Robinson standing there furious. 29 days later, Mrs. Patrick's 9-year-old son Reginald died unexpectedly after having a cold. Everyone knew that Reginald was Mrs. Patrick's pride and joy. Not only was he her only child, she also couldn't have any more. So she was absolutely devastated by the loss. And as the mourners filled the funeral home, Miss Robinson was seen smiling as she fanned herself with a memorial program from across the road. And you see what she got in her hand. And Mrs. Patrick, now totally broken, moved out of town the following day. So, yeah. So she's considered the devil. So the devil card is here. And I don't know how I should do this because this is dealing with a person. You know what? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it as this is the person that is guiding you. And the devil card is the situation that you are dealing with. And we will see why these two are here. I think that sounds a bit better. Okay. We all know what the devil represents. The devil represents some form of entrapment, feeling like you are tied to something, a person, a place, a situation, a behavior, a pattern. You might feel like you are stuck in what may be perceived as a problem that you can't get out of. But there's a lot of this can also kind of be paired with like the Eight of Swords, where it's just all in your perception, it's all in your head, because there's always a way out. And not to say that you can't be tied to something, you definitely could be tied to something, but it's how do you come out of that feeling of being bound. Okay, so let's see what it says though for Black Herman. Even though we already know that he is the magician. Um, this just says Black Hermit is dressed in a tux. He holds a stick to the sky that says power. And if you look at it carefully, it does say, you probably can't see it, but it does have the word power written on it. In one hand, and is pointing to a Zulu drum peeking out from Virginia snake root bushes with the other hand. So I don't know what he's supposed to be trying to do here, but give me 1 second. Okay, I had a call coming through, y'all. I'm sorry. So definitely Black Hermit is here as a magician, and this is just challenging you to look at what kind of things do you have in your life that you try to attain, like what kind of dreams, what kind of goals, what kind of things are you trying to manifest and have in your life. Have you worked out a plan? Are you utilizing everything that you have in regards to your talents and your abilities to be able to bring those things about? This is also looking at if you have made any plans, like you can't go about getting something haphazardly. Do you believe that you can have whatever it is that you are setting your sights on? Like, what are your intentions behind trying to get whatever it is that you desire? Because with this next to it, I'm looking at it as, are you trying to manifest your way out of a situation that you feel bound to? Or are you trying to do something that is deceitful with the devil card here? Are you trying to do something that causes some kind of damage to someone else? All right. I am hating the way my lips are feeling right now. The weather is changing and it's getting colder, and it's having an effect on my lips because I get eczema on my lips. If y'all don't know, like, I know this is crazy, but that dark spot right there, and I get it over here. My lips start to feel tight. They get irritated. They burn. They get really, really dry, and it's because of the weather. No matter where I'm at with the change of the seasons, I get eczema on my lips like that, and I hate that because they do get like patchy with the discoloration. And I have this, like, y'all need to know all of this. I have this ointment that I put on it. It looks like Vaseline, but it's not. I put it in a tube so that it looks like regular Vaseline, but it's not. But anyway, this is just saying, to look at these skills that you have, and how you can tailor them in a way that is going to be most beneficial for you when it comes to your situation. So now we're going to see why is the Devil card and the Magician here. Starting off with the 4 coins. Y'all seen that fly out. Need 5 cards. Need 4 more. That one has come up in just about every read. A good portion. I need 1 more. Okay. Need 1 more. 1 more. Alright, that's it. Wow. Okay. I gotta get something for my lips. I'm sorry, I will be right back. Okay, my lips feel so much better. All right. So we are looking at the Four of Coins, the Ace of Coins, the Two of Knives, the Ace of Knives, and the Ten of Sticks. So it feels like with the Four of Coins, there's like this feeling of holding back or holding on to something. And I want to see, I like to use this as reference because I really enjoy some of the things that it says for the depictions, the pictures. Okay. I think that some of them are very interesting. So for the four of Coins, it says a man uses a dowsing rod to search for gold. You see the gold there. He is using pine crosses, goose feathers, and brimstone as charms to aid him. It was common for whites to utilize the aid of root workers to find buried treasures. So this is symbolizing definitely from the depiction and what's told of the story, the picture. This is someone that is looking to gain some form of stability, okay? And I can definitely say that definitely could be the case because with the Ace of Coins, this is coming into a financial opportunity. So when it comes to this, you could actually be looking for some form of an opportunity to come to aid you financially that will help you, and that could be the thing that you are trying to manifest. But this could be possibly an unhealthy tie to money. Looking at your intentions in regards to why you want a particular job or why you are seeking a, specific desire when it comes to having a certain job. What does that mean for you? Then we have the Two of Knives. So this is really needing to cut through, seeing a way clearly. Let's see what this is for the Two of Knives. And having options, okay? All right, so this says, root workers refer to some people being four-eyed, and you can see how it looks with two eyes that are blind, which was a reference to the ability to perceive both the physical and spiritual realms. Here, a four-eyed woman nervously bites her lip because her spiritual eyes have been gouged out. So, in this case, this may be not being able to, having a desire to like really see the truth in a situation, lies possibly even being exposed here, definitely having to face the consequences of actions. Seeing things for what they are. This is like also mean what you say what you mean and mean what you say kind of thing. So this in relation to a job, are you able to make the correct assessment when it comes to a future career? Are you able to make the correct assessment when it comes to where a path is leading you financially, and being able to see what, if a particular position or career path is actually going to be beneficial for you? Or are you just kind of stuck to something in a position that you don't really want and you just can't see your way out of it? Then we have the Ace of Knives. All right. And I see a chicken foot on the end of this. So this is, to me, showing that there's some form of protection, because root workers do tend to use chicken feet. And they also aid in a type of knowing, like foresight. So this says, a hand clasp an illuminated dagger with a chicken foot and 2 sclerotic rings. And the rings are, I don't know if you can see the rings that are there. Let's see, rings from an owl dangling from it. The chicken foot symbolizes protection and the revealing of hidden enemies. The sclerotic rings symbolize foresight and making wise choices, which is pretty much what I was saying. And I do know, like, some of the, I like to read it, but I do know some of this stuff simply because of what I was used to growing up, what I seen my grandmother do, some of the practices that she's had, as well as some other people. So this is, really looking at a situation logically, and having clarity, cutting through any kind of illusion. And this, with this, is being able to having discernment and making a clear choice as to a particular direction. Sorry, y'all. What is that? The swords or the knives also deals with your thoughts, but it deals with words, and usually, like, it's having those conversations. If you think of the swords, it's all about communication. How are you communicating? Are you communicating clearly? Do you have clarity when it comes to a conversation that you have had with someone? Or are you looking for more insight so that you can make the correct decision in your process of trying to gain whatever it is that you are trying to move towards? And the last one here is the 10 of sticks. So let's see what it says for the 10 of sticks. All right. An overburdened old woman climbs a hill to eat. What is that? Schisandra fruit? I've never heard of that before. It's not a plant that's easy to find, but it is known as a wonderful fatigue fighter and anti-aging medicine. So, and you see her like reaching forward for it. So this is looking at your situation and knowing when to reach for help, knowing when you are overburdened with a situation, knowing when you need to release some things and delegate responsibilities, looking at everything that you are carrying and not allowing yourself to feel overwhelmed with a situation. So this week, it feels like to me there's definitely going to be a situation that you're going to have coming forward. You may be tied to a money situation in some kind of way that may not be the best. And this is all going to be centered around a particular career or opportunity that you're going to have to be able to move in a different direction. But you're going to have to clearly make a decision on what you're going to do, the path that you're going to take, have that conversation, and you're also going to have to be very, 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 very precise. Know exactly what it is that you want. If you are looking for some form of a financial come up and you're trying to hold on to whatever it is that you have, because you may need that possibly for some startup money if you are, starting something. Ask for the help that you need. Do not allow yourself to feel cut off. I'm really trying to see how this, because it's really not clear to me, I'm trying to see how this message ties into the messages that we've had in the past. It may not, but there's something in this that I still feel may become clear later that will tie itself into this message here, because the last messages were dealing with those that were, I guess you could say, naysayers, that weren't really didn't really have the collective's best interest at heart, talking about them, and you coming up, the collective coming up on their money. And so I feel like because this card did come up again, the Ace of Coins and the Ten of Sticks, there is still some piece here where you may tend to feel a bit overburdened when it comes to possibly having a conversation about a direction that you need to take with a job and giving money out. Now, I will definitely say that if people are going to be around you having their hands out and you may have a lot of responsibilities, and people looking towards you to help them because you're the one that came up, and I don't care if this is family as well, they could be toxic. They could be family members that have tied themselves to you. And I feel like this, you may need to guard yourself when it comes to who you allow yourself to take responsibility for, because people will get comfortable with knowing that someone else is there to care for them in some kind of way and not want to do for themselves. Just look at you as a caregiver, and then you may then have to hold back. But that could be, like I said, that devil energy that we have here, that you may feel bound in some kind of way and obligated to take care of others, and that might be a responsibility that may need to be shared amongst others and not just solely carried on your own shoulders. And so you may need to try to manifest a way out of that situation. So that is going to be your message for this week. Definitely do what you need to do to protect yourself, and also take heed to seeing those that are around you that may prove themselves to be a liar and deceitful in some kind of way. The truth is going to come out in some form or fashion. The truth is going to come out. So definitely be aware of that. Things are going to be revealed to you this week, and I feel like someone may actually try to trick you to believing that something is one thing when it's actually not. And because you have the magician, Black Henry, on your side, you'll be able to see through whatever that deceptive energy is, because this is the ancestor that is going to be with you this week to help you. So if this resonates with you, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know how things work out for you this week. Come back and share your story with me, with the whole community on here, and let us all know how this read has resonated with you. I appreciate you guys coming here and helping me to build up this channel. I haven't done anything on it for quite some time, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. So I really appreciate you guys and the views and all the love. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to my channel and watching this video. As always, until the next time, peace, love, and light.